back, or I should say I should welcome myself back. I've been absent for several months. Life just gets busy. So, but I wanted to come on here and show you how to make a really simple, quick and easy summer dessert. It really takes almost no cooking or baking other than our crunch topping. So, and that's optional. You don't have to put that on there. So this, I'm going to show you how to make my Strawberry Crunch Trifle. So just some of the ingredients you're going to need: an angel food cake, just plain. I picked this one up from the bakery from a local grocery store. You're going to need 2 pounds of fresh strawberries, a little bit of butter, some milk, I use whole milk, some instant vanilla pudding. You can make a custard, but I want to show you how to do this with little fuss. So some strawberry Jello, some golden Oreos. I'm just making a half a recipe of the Strawberry Crunch, so about 23 golden Oreos, some vanilla yogurt, and then 2 containers of just some frozen whipped topping, and a little bit of sugar. So, all right. So I went on ahead and cleaned and chopped my 2 pounds of strawberries in here. Most of them were in great condition, so I only had to clean a little bit of bad spots, but not too much. So now what we want to do here is just add some sugar. And we're not adding sugar to sweeten the strawberries because they're in season, so they should be sweet enough. But what we want to do is just kind of add some sugar to kind of help draw out some of those juices. So we're just going to add a couple of tablespoons, and then we're just going to kind of mix it in here. And you want to do this early on, that way as you're working on the rest of your dish, these can be, as they call, macerating. So it just really just means that they're pulling those juices out of the strawberries. So we're just going to kind of give that a good mix. There we go. All right. And then we're just going to, a couple of escapees there, we're just going to set this aside and start working on the rest of it. So now we want to get started on our crunch topping. This is the one item that you will have to use the oven for briefly. So I've gone on ahead and crumbled up or smashed my Oreos. I just used 23, so that's half of a package. You can use a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, then a meat mallet works great. Just use the flat side, not this side, or you'll poke holes in your Ziploc bag. So the flat side, just smash them up. They don't have to be completely pulverized. As a matter of fact, you kind of want a few, bigger pieces just so you actually get that crunch. So I'm just going to pour these into a bowl. There we go. And then we're going to add some strawberry Jello. And since this is a half a batch, you'll only need half of this box. This is a 3-ounce box. And I am not going to measure it. I'm going to just eyeball it till it looks like it's about half. Yep, that looks good. So you'll have about so much there. You can always use that for later. If you want to make a full batch, you can. And then you can either use all of it in there, which I think will be too much. But you can also store the excess in an airtight container, whether it's a Ziploc or just some other airtight container, and it makes a great ice cream topping. So just throw that in your pantry. It'll keep for a couple of weeks. All right, and I'm just kind of tossing that just to kind of get that mixed in a little bit. And then the butter, I've already melted 2 tablespoons of butter. And I did measure that. You don't want too much or it'll turn out to be greasy. So and then we're just going to toss this. And then since this is a half batch, just the quarter sheet pan will work just fine. So just dump that on there. Just kind of spread it out. And then we're going to pop this in the oven, 350 degrees for about 10-ish minutes. You just want to check it. I'm actually going to put mine in my toaster oven because I don't want to turn the big oven on and heat up the house because it's already hot out. But in a toaster oven, you want to keep your eye on it because it will start to turn a little faster. All right, so our crunch is done. Like I said, I put it in the toaster oven. I set it for 8 minutes, so this is what you want it to look like. So it's just kind of starting to get some little darker color on it, so you don't want it to go too long or it will just be brown and it won't look as pretty. So I'm gonna let this just set and cool while we work on our pudding layer. Now I just have the instant vanilla pudding mix. Like I said before, you could make your own custard or pastry cream, but since it's cooked, you're going to have to let it cool down before you can put it together. So I just wanted to show you a quick and easy way to make this. I'm just using, this is actually a bigger package, so instead, the normal ones use like 2 cups of milk, and this one calls for 3 cups of milk. So it's just a little bit more pudding than just your standard size. So we're going to put that in there. And then we're going to measure out 3 cups of milk. I'm just using whole milk. It's cold. You could use 2%. I think we'll be fine. Alright. And if you have a mixer, you can use a mixer. I'm just going to use a whisk. And then we're just going to let that sit for just a couple of minutes just to make sure it kind of firms up just a little bit more. We're still waiting on our crunch topping to cool down. So we're going to give it about 10 minutes. All right, now we've got everything ready, so we're ready to put this together. So I have a large glass container. Obviously, you can put it in whatever you want. I just wanted something clear that we could see through and be able to see the layers. And then I'm also going to make just a little pint-sized jar just to show you that you can make individual desserts. So if you were having a large outdoor gathering, and you just wanted everyone to have their own container and then they could just throw it away, you can find some disposable clear containers on Amazon or in some other stores, wherever you do your shopping in town. So I'm just going to use glass. You probably wouldn't want to use this outdoors in case kids drop it or something. So, but I'm just going to show you 2 different ways of doing this. So I did chop up the angel food cake, so I just went through and just chopped it as best I could because it's extremely moist into just some bite-sized pieces. So we're just going to put a layer on the bottom of our pan or bowl here, and then we're just going to put a little layer in our container. There we go. Okay, maybe just a little more because we'll probably just do 2 layers. Okay, and then we're going to add some of our strawberries. And they've started to kind of do their thing. And when I chopped them, I just chopped them into, fairly bite-sized pieces. You want everyone to be able to get, you know, a fair amount when they're using, you know, a spoon or whatever, and not have giant chunks that they can't really get to. So, all right, there is a little bit of juice in there, so we'll just pour that on there. Maybe just a tad bit more. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to add our Cool Whip and yogurt mixture. So we're just going to do a layer of that. And then just a little bit in our small container here. Okay, and then for our pudding mixture, and just a little bit in here. And then you can go ahead and add some of your crunch, just a layer of crunch in there. And it'll stay crunchy. I've actually made a strawberry crunch cake and then froze part of it, and the crunch actually stayed crunchy. So it will survive as long as you wrap it up really well. So, all right. So now we're going to go back in with another layer of our angel food cake. Just a little bit in our individual jar. And then most all of our strawberries. I'm going to leave just a little bit out here for our little jar. Our little jar is super full. And then another layer. And then to top it off, we're just going to go with some just plain whipped topping. Our little personalized one here. And you can just sprinkle a little on top, just like so. This one, I'm not going to put this topping on because I'm actually taking it somewhere tomorrow. So I want it to be really good. So what I'll do is just cover this with some plastic wrap, and then I have a lid that fits on here, so that will keep the pudding from getting a skin on it and kind of being gross. So now you can really see all of the layers all the way to the top. And let's see if you can see this one without the Cool Whip on the top. Look how beautiful that is. It's not real heavy of a dessert, so great for during the summertime when it's super hot, maybe you're having a barbecue outside. I'm making this for a 4th of July party. So we'll have something tasty because it's going to be really hot out there. So let's give this a bite and see. Ooh, really big bite. All right. That's really good. So you have the sweetness from the pudding, but then the Cool Whip and yogurt mixture is not overly sweet, and the strawberries have a little bite, and then you get that crunch from the Strawberry Crunch, which just adds another element there that just a different texture. I like crunchy. So and then you have the lightness of the angel food cake, so it's not heavy. If you were using like a pound cake or something like that, it's going to be a lot more dense and be a little heavier. It'll still be good, but I just wanted something a little lighter. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while, but this is a new one, and I just wanted to pop on here and show you how to put something together for summertime. So until next time, go ahead, if you haven't already, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, feel free to share, and hopefully I'll be back really soon with more videos. Till next time.